Alrighty, what is happening, everybody? I'm Alejandro here over at Urban Athlete Fitness Studio, and what I want to help you guys out with today is going through a full body exercise routine. Now, in terms of length of time, I imagine the whole thing might take anywhere between 40 minutes to maybe 50 minutes, maybe an hour even. But the main focus is, like I said, a full body routine. So we're gonna cover big movements, but some modifications for each of them in case maybe one of them doesn't work out for you. Best thing I'll say is, when you're doing them, if you're not 100% sure of how to go through these movements, over at the gym here, we're all here to help you out during the transfer challenge here. So feel free to reach out, let us know, happy to help. Okay, let's hit the floor.
All right, you got your warm up here, you got your rowing machine, you got your treadmill, you got your elliptical, you got lots of options. Dynamic mobility and dynamic work helps as well, but if you're not sure, those work great. And squats, I think that's something that we should all be doing, right? We're doing squats in our daily living, and so what better way to start off a workout than by going through some squats? You got goblet squats, you got box squats, and then you got some leg presses. I find with the box squat, it's a good place to start with. Using a bench or a seat or something to bring yourself forward onto, or bring yourself up from, can really help you find your squat pattern, because that's essentially what you're going to be going through. I'm going to actually put more of a detailed description of these movements in an article here, so give that a read. And so for working our hamstrings, we got some ball curls here, so we're going to make sure we're bringing our heels into our glutes. You can go through a more advanced variants where you actually keep your torso and hips extended the whole time to get more of a contraction through your hamstrings. And then you can actually do the same thing with the TRX. I find a TRX just has a bit of a stability challenge there too. You want the strap itself to actually be just above your toes by maybe like four fingers, your hand, something like that. And then using the machine hamstring curl here, if you want to stay nice and braced, you can use the handles. I'm actually using my arms and I'm bracing it, keeping myself nice and close so my hips actually don't lift up or anything, and I can really get my core fired up. And then working our glutes, we got some hip thrusts here, body weights and also weighted. And when you're going through it, you want a nice implement to help with your hip extension. And really what you're doing is you're just being mindful of you recruiting your glutes, using something like a glute bridge, for example. When you're going through a glute bridge, right, you really want to be mindful of setting yourself up effectively. Like you see here, I'm really bracing my core, my chin's tucked in, and I'm really trying to get those hips up, but the emphasis is on my glutes. So you really got to be mindful of squeezing your glutes as you go through it. This could be a good place to start before jumping into like a hip thrust. And then now we got some chest work here, working a floor press, which helps us gauge where our arms need to be while we're pressing, helps us engage the core as well to help keep ourselves stable. And then a bench dumbbell press is also another place to go with, right? You could actually press with your feet into the ground. Chest is going to be elevated. You're going to look for some extension through the T-spine, and you want your arms, right, to line up with the ground or parallel to your body. Keep it close in that regard, and your arms are about 90-degree angle. And then working your rhomboids, right, you got some incline rows here, right? Emphasis should be on our shoulder blades. That actually should be your initiation, right? You're trying to bring those shoulder blades into your spine. Same thing with the seated row, very much the same thing. We actually did a video on this, so give that a watch. We'll put that in the description, and really put a lot of stock into that mobility of that thoracic spine or shoulder blades. And overhead pressing, working our deltoids here, is also another area I think we should put more time into. Right? It really helps us stay healthy with our thoracic spine, our shoulder blades, our posture overall. However, incline variants are actually helpful if we find that we're loading up our back, say with something like the banded press here, or a military press. Right? You want to stay stable. You don't have to worry about going all the way up. Yeah, and that about covers that.
All right, what's happening, guys? So I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you tried it out. If at any time, right, like I mentioned, right, if you're not certain how to go through these movements, like all of us trainers here on the gym floor, we're usually working out. You can always grab us from the front. We're here to always help you find success with these movements. Any questions at all, feel free to ask. And like I said, there are these modifications there too if you're not 100% sure what may work. Start with the easier versions of the movements and then progress into maybe the more challenging ones if you need it. I'll update this with another, maybe an upper body movement and then a lower body program, upper body program and a lower body program in like a week or two. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.